All right, so on July 5th, I had a dishwasher installed from Lowe's. The guy did installation was like, he noticed a small dent. We got a hold of Lowe's corporate. They're like, we see the dent. We'll get a resolution in a couple of days. About a week later, they're like, we'll give you $100 back. $600 dishwasher. By the time you figure in taxes, fees, delivery, installation, removal of the old one. Of course, you got to buy a new hose line. We're like $900 for this. And we're like, what else can you do beyond, $100 off? And they went, okay, we'll do a replacement. Awesome. I'm like, so with that, I'm like, you guys will let me know when it's in stock. You'll contact the installer contact me. So then 3 weeks ago, we had the first of 3 attempts at installation. First one, they get there. Now, according to the sources, because my local Lowe's is horrible when it comes to answering the phone, they had a unit. Okay. However, they would not release the replacement unit until the original unit was brought back to the store. So I was given the option of buying a second dishwasher. And then when the first one was returned, they would then go through the process of issuing a return for it. Not a big fan of spending another $600 and then hoping that Lowe's would go through the process of actually giving me my money back. And they said 3 to 5 business days, maybe longer, depending on, how slow things are on their end. I was like, no, not a fan of that. So then the idea was, okay, well, how about, I'm like, can the installation people just get the unit, take it to my house, and then just swap and bring it back? No. Okay. So then the new plan was, all right, well, we'll have the installation company come out, pull the old one, okay, and then we'll bring that one back to the store and then do the switch. The installation company was like, yeah, we don't do that. We don't, remove a unit and then leave a giant hole in someone's house. And they're like, we only want to be able to swap leg for leg. After then, we found out that what Lowe's really wanted to do, like at my local Lowe's, not Lowe's corporate or Lowe's installation, this is my local Lowe's, they wanted the damaged unit to be returned. Then they would begin the process of ordering a replacement. The installation company went, no, we're not putting a hole in this guy's kitchen and then waiting 4 to 6 weeks, probably closer to 8, for you to get a replacement one in. Okay, back and forth, hours of phone calls later, we're now last week, where it's like, okay, here is the plan. That Lowe's corporate, Lowe's installation, and the installation company were all on the same page, and they talked with, my local Lowe's, and like, here's the plan. Okay. Installation company's going to show up. They're going to take the new one. They're going to bring it to my house. They're going to install it. They will then return the damaged one. Something went wrong with that, where they couldn't get a hold of the store manager to do the authorization to do the physical release of the unit. Okay, more hours of phone calls. And I was like, okay, what if we just said, screw it, we're done. We're just going to return the unit. Well, it's a $600 unit, roughly. And I'm like, well, you wouldn't get back delivery, you wouldn't get back installation, you wouldn't get back the removal fee from the previous dishwasher, you wouldn't get back the $30 for the additional hose, and you'd probably be spending a restocking fee. So now here's the 3 options that we have. Number 1, Lowe's will give me a new dishwasher. Number 2, $100 back, but just keep the dented one. Or number 3, yeah, you can return it, provided you find a way to get it removed and then brought to us. And lose probably $350 plus the additional fee, whatever it costs to get it removed and then taken over the Lowe's. Okay. Last week, get another phone call from the installation. It's to the point now where the people who are calling are actually giving me their names. Like, they want to know, like, this is my name, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm doing. I was told, I'm on Wednesday, one of the first guys. Cool. Get a call, late last night. And they're like, okay, we got you scheduled. Awesome. So I went up 2 to 5. Not ideal, but fine. 2:30. I'm going through some different things. I'm going through, I'm like, oh, let me hit, the chat feature I've got. Like, what's going on? Give me an update. 6 o'clock rolls around. That was then when I find out So the local Lowe's didn't have one. Now the way the system works is the local Lowe's has one. They then contact the Lowe's installation side. Lowe's installation then contacts the third party who then sets up the appointment with me. So first Lowe's installation will contact me and they'll be like, we got your schedule for this day, the day before, you'll get your actual, your time window. Okay. So somewhere between the local Lowe's contacting corporate Lowe's and corporate Lowe's making sure that that's all fine with installation Lowe's, and then the installer, a unit's not showing up. Or it's in the system, but nobody can find it. So I am now entering month 2 of trying to get a dishwasher that showed up damaged, fixed, getting a brand new one in its place. To the point now that I'm having people from Lowe's give me their first names and like, this is what's going on. I'm going to contact, my higher ups. Like, we're having issues with your local Lowe's. They're getting to the point where they're like, I've talked to you 5 times. They're like, this is getting ridiculous. So I don't have to tell somebody this is ridiculous because they're telling me that from their standpoint, this is a ridiculous process. And then my local Lowe's has a tremendous amount of issues where either it's they can't get a hold of a manager. And I've physically been in that Lowe's where someone's returning something. And it's like, well, I can't authorize this. I need, a manager to do it. And then they sit back and it's like, oh, okay, well, I can't find the manager now. Well, if you can't find the manager now, I'm supposed to do some of these returns. Well, you can either come back or you could wait. Am I back in like a half an hour? Now, if you ever worked retail, the moment you tell somebody who's upset, to do this, it'll take at least a half an hour. Do you mind sitting here and waiting for a little bit? Now, I feel bad for the person delivering that news because they can't do anything. It's all on the manager of that area. So I'm just, when you deal with Lowe's, and they always in Lowe's corporate, they phone out like, thank you for being a Lowe's customer. And it's like, I bought a lot of appliances from Lowe's, and I've had like doors installed, windows installed. A lot of my work has gone through Lowe's because, it's convenient, prices are competitive, and they do a really good job. This has been 2 months, and I've taken a day off work for the installation. I would work from home. I've worked from home 3 days, 3 Wednesdays in a row, trying to get this taken care of. And it's like, it's absolutely exhausting dealing with this sort of process. And it's like, where's your options? I'm like, $100, okay. Lose $400 and then go buy a dishwasher somebody else and go with the same problem again. Or constantly hope that the local Lowe's, that someone high enough in either the installation side of Lowe's or Lowe's corporate is going to put enough pressure to be like, so the one I talked to earlier today who's like, this is ridiculous. She's like, I can't even believe this is my 5th time talking with you. Like, she gave me her name and everything. She's like, the next time we get the message, yeah, it's here. She's like, I'm asking for photos. I'm asking people in those photos. I'm asking for your name to be put on that box and a photo of them saying next to the box with your name on it before we do anything. And she's like, where we're based out of, we're not that far from where you are. She's like, we're like a 45-minute drive. She's like, well, that said, and she's like, I can get a hold of you. She's like, normally they're only in my area Wednesday and Thursday. She's like, if we can do this and ends up being like a Friday or a Monday, she's like, I want to get this done. I want to get this off of my side of things. So again, this is not the installation company. When they're like, no, we don't leave a hole in someone's house for months. I'm fine with that. That's good. That's good business. That's insurance from their standpoint. Corporate Lowe's, who was like, I'm seeing this in my system. This is what should be going on. I don't know why the local store is being such a hassle with this. Installation side of Lowe's is like, we're being told this is here. We're scheduling things out, thinking that something is there. Talking to people who say that it's there. And then the installer shows up to take it. It's not there. Or there's some sort of other random just runaround. So, for the people at Lowe's that are doing a great job, thank you. For the ones at Lowe's who, for whatever reason, either are receiving things that aren't there, or they're not looking at things before they go onto the truck, they're really, really dragging their company down. And again, this is my local Lowe's. I'm not putting out the local location. I hit the Facebook page for it, and it's saying a lovely 3 out of 5. with most people complaining about how horrible the service is and how horrible the management is. Even from those corporate, they complain about the management system there. Don't know why they still have the managers they have there. And there should also be some pressure coming from their regional managers to try to go, no, this is deplorable. This needs to be fixed. Either you fix this, or maybe, hopefully, some of those people who are having all these issues, making all these problems, hopefully they get fixed.